My name is Stranger. Mysterious Stranger.
Das ist sehr schön für Sie, ja.
I'm here to avenge my family.
Okay, aber bitte den Sack vorher auf den Parkplatz packen. Dankeschön.
You don't hear me. I'm here to avenge my
Well, this is Germany. What can you do? All right, little fella. Let's get you parked. Let's talk about one of the most iconic characters in Western film lore. Django. The real Django. Who is he? Where does he come from? And what's the big deal behind this guy? Well, first off, it's not this guy. And to be absolutely clear, I'm not here to bring down Jamie Foxx, and I'm definitely not here to bring down Quentin Tarantino. It's quite the opposite. Tarantino has always been very open about his love for Italian cinema. And let's be honest, with the last name like Tarantino, he's technically a spaghetti western director. But jokes aside, this episode isn't about taking anything away from the modern films. It's about giving proper respect to the originals. Because before homages, reinterpretations, and reinventions, there was an origin. And that's the Django I want to talk about. The original Django film came out in 1966. It was directed and co-written by Sergio Corbucci, and he's the man who came up with the name. The inspiration came from a Belgian jazz musician, Django Reinhardt. Corbucci was a jazz fan, and Reinhardt wasn't just a musician, he was almost a superhero. After a serious injury to his fingers, he taught himself to play guitar again. And yes, Django in the film also has trouble with his fingers. So the analogy is right there. By the way, the name Django itself is of Romani origin. It was Reinhardt's nickname. His real name was Jean. Now, who played this mysterious, muddy, coffin-dragging gunslinger? The one and only Mr. Franco Nero, an Italian actor. He played Django twice, once in the original film in 1966 and the only true sequel from 1987. And that's it. All the other Djangos, Terence Hill, as much as I love him, Anthony Stephan, Ivan Rasimov, Glenn Saxon, Jeff Cameron, Jamie Foxx, etc., 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 are not the same Djangos. Well, canonically speaking. This one is for the nerds. When the film came out in 1966, it was a massive hit, a real one. Django became a phenomenon. And that's when things got messy. Films started using the name Django left and right, often without any connection to Corbucci's character. Copyright laws were loose, international markets were wild, and nobody really stopped it. It got so bad that some films had Django in the title, and Django wasn't even in the movie. Think about that, okay? Imagine you're a kid in 1960s. You love this coffin-dragging cowboy superhero. You see a new poster with Django on it. You beg your dad for $1. You run to the cinema. And Django's not there. That's a childhood trauma right there. For the younger generation here, now imagine today a Marvel movie with Spider-Man in the title, and Spider-Man never shows up. He's not in the film. We're talking chaos, rallies, riots, possibly a revolution. Now the coffin. According to various accounts, Corbucci was inspired by an image of a man dragging a coffin, possibly from a magazine or a newspaper, though it's not officially documented. In the film, the coffin becomes a symbol, a burden, something Django carries from his past. And yes, it's also a very practical accessory. But hey, no spoilers. Watch the damn film. And finally, the music. That beautiful theme you hear in Django Unchained, that comes straight from Corbucci's original film. It was written by Luis Bacalov, an Argentinian composer with a Bulgarian background, and sung by Rocky Roberts, an American singer living in Italy at the time. And music isn't the only homage Tarantino paid. Franco Nero himself appears in Django Unchained. He plays Amerigo Vespucci. Now let's sum it up. The only canonically true Django is the one created by Sergio Corbucci and played by Franco Nero in 2 films. Everything else is either name exploitation or homage. Beautiful homage. Now go watch the film, the original one.